Sorry about that. Network connection, like I got one buddy. I'm in the middle of nowhere, Kansas, so it's not always the best connection. But thanks for coming back, Missy. All right, so let me continue with what I was saying. Unfortunately, too many of the drivers that I've seen, and I've confirmed this with them about where they got their CDL. They got their training through the company that they work for. They signed on the dotted line to pay for that tuition by working at this company for a year, year and a half, whatnot. And it seems to me, by what they have said, what I know as a professional truck driver, what's involved in getting your CDL, doing the job, maintaining everything properly. One, they were never really given quality training, quality education of how to be, of what it means to be a truck driver. Hey Linda, welcome back. Gemini 15, my fellow Marylander. How are you? Yeah, you're in good old Las Vegas, huh? Standing, my friend. So, over the past several years, talking to 60 or 70 individual people, you know, that are having problems maintaining the vehicle, not knowing how to do the basic trucking things. My opinion of getting your license through a trucking company, Sierra England, Prime, Swift, whatever it is, doesn't really matter. I'm not seeing a good quality education being attained that way. Now, that in itself is a concern. One, the debt you have to accrue. Two, the contract you have to sign to work a specific amount of time for that. Three, the substandard education, in my judgment and opinion, that you are given. Then four, and this is where it truly is a really, really big problem, which affects the third one, the substandard training. A good number of the individual states, and I'm going to use Georgia as an example. The state of Georgia authorized, gave permission to CR England here in Atlanta, Georgia. Gave them permission to test out the students that they were training. Which I find to be a huge conflict of interest. One, you got these people owing you $7,500 or more, depending on the company, about $7,500 in the case of my sister. They're doing the training and they're doing the testing, and they have her locked into like a 15-month contract. And that's exactly the point. And that's what I'm seeing out here, you know, on the job, out these truck stops. Drivers who cannot back up properly. They can't go around a corner properly. They don't know how to shift a truck. They don't know how to change a light bulb. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I forget exactly where I was. I think it was in Georgia. Yeah, I was at Brunswick, Georgia. Sorry. I'm doing a little bit of work. I'm doing a little bit of woodworking for a shelf unit in my truck for a little bit extra storage space. I'm out on the back on my trailer, saws and drills and screws and whatnot, cutting things and putting things together. The guy who's parked next to me comes over me and asks me for my help to change a light bulb. Why are you not capable of changing a light bulb? And that to me is indicative of poor training, poor education of your employee, of your student, then your employee. And the state allows that to be on the road. I don't agree with that. I'm not saying it's either right or wrong, I just don't agree with it. So, that's the second reason why I recommend you save your money, pay your tuition up front at an independent school so that you are not locked in to a substandard contract where you're not going to profit by it as much. But this is where, but discounting all of what I just said, both situations, either going to a truck driving school or going through a truck driving company, get your CDL. Throw both of those to the wayside. The most important thing ever is your own willingness to learn and be the best you can be. That's where it starts, and that's who I blame first. Roadmaster, I've seen their schools. I've seen like 4 different school locations. From what I have seen just by driving past them, it seems like they keep their equipment in good repair, nominally. Just driving by, you can only tell so much by the outside. I have not really heard anything negative, nor have I researched for any other truck driving school other than the one I went to, and one other near Atlanta. That being said, the only thing that I would recommend you do is speak to them on the phone, try to find some reviews online, whatnot, Better Business Bureau rating, the overall, if you have a CDL, commercial drivers department in the local Department of Motor Vehicles where you are, call up and say, are there any complaints about the school? Has this school been fined for improper actions, whatnot? Do your normal due diligence that you're probably doing already, and then talk to them in person if possible. Get your opinion, make your own impression about what you see. And that's probably the most important thing. Trust your own judgment, Missy. More than anything else. Trust your own gut feeling. Trust, what your brain is telling you. Analyze it cold and logical. Yeah, just do your research like you said you were doing and go from there. Like I said, I'd give my opinion of what you should do, of the way to do it, but always do it the way you feel is best, the way that it's always worked out for you with everything you've ever done in your life. That way, you are protected as much as you can do. Now, go into it, eyes open, and make it for you. You're not benefiting that truck driving school by giving them your money. Take what you need. Don't take what they give you. Take what you need. And see, just like you're doing now on this live stream, this is exactly what I did when I decided to become a truck driver. I did my research. I watched hundreds of hours of other YouTube truck drivers, picking their brains, you know, trying to get a little bit of knowledge and information about what the life was like, what the job was like, what they had to go through, what their opinions were, just like you're doing. And just do that, you know. Like I said, I was a landscaper, a horticultural technician, an arborist, a pesticide applicator for lawns, shrubs, trees. You know, I dealt with pesticides and chemicals and mowing practices and tree trimming and chainsaws and, you know, for almost 30 years. I've been a barbecue cook. I've been a warehouseman. I've been a customer service rep. I've been a pizza cook. I've been a shift manager. I've been all these kinds of different types of jobs. Each of that now, a lot of that is all, of course, going to be what's natural to your personality. I am, you know, you may not believe it listening to this, I am an introvert. I enjoy being by myself, which, you know, truck driver, you get no, sir, you have a day. To a point, but on your resume, simply write out why you were there. If you were being a caretaker for a sick relative, relative who was ill, or you were taking care of a child, or you just felt like taking the time off, just be honest with that. Saying, you know, this is what I did. You know, I maintained my home, I maintained my property, I took care of my, you know, just be open and honest with it. You know, that's the way, whenever I was, I have no problem with people taking time off from work. Work is not the end-all be-all of our lives. Now, I happen to enjoy work. The physical labor, the mental labor, I enjoy it itself. I may not particularly enjoy the particular, I enjoy work in of itself. As a truck driver, as a flatbed driver, as an oversized, I enjoy this particular job at this particular company. You know, I'm having a great time. I'm saving money. I'm living, I'm doing joy. I enjoy the work. I enjoy the places I go for the most part. You know, there's, and that to me is a big thing. Not everybody is cut out to be a truck driver. Not everybody's cut out to be a doctor. I know I'm not. I in no way want to be a doctor. In no way do I ever want to be a doctor. One, I don't have the mental or emotional bent to be a doctor. The same way I don't have the mental or emotional bent to be a mathematician. I could never be a veterinarian. I get too emotionally wrapped up in my patients. You know, I don't have the desire to work in a you know, as archaeologist. I'm fascinated by it, interest in these things, level, but I cannot do those quote unquote because I just don't have the personality, I don't have the mental acuity for those particular jobs. You know? Like I said, I could not be a doctor, I could not be, you know, a pilot. I find it fascinating, but like I said, you know, I'm a realist when it comes to myself. I know what I like, what I want to do. Like I said, my advice is worth anything to you. That's my, you know, I'm going to go back to CDL. Find out what type of trucking you want to do. Food service delivery. You want to do propane delivery. You want to do fuel. You want to do milk. You want to drive for Pepsi or Coke, do beverage delivery, bread delivery. You want to work out here in the farm, working, you know, the farm truck, bull hauling, cattle hauling. You want to do regular van driving, you know, general stores. You want to work at Amazon. You want to work at Target or Walmart. You want to work at the port, shuffling containers back and forth. You want to drive flatbed. You want to do oversized heavy haul like I do. You have to find your niche, and you know, that's how you're going to be happiest, I think. But definitely just do what you do what's best for you, the way that's best for you. Like I said, if my advice is saying, there you go. Hopefully it helps. Okie dokie. We are now 68 miles to our delivery today. Our first delivery today. It is 10:09 Central Time. We got just a tiny bit over an hour to go to get there, so we're getting 11:15, 11:30. It should be 4 hours. The bucket this way and we're good to go. Hey, Missy, problem? Want any more direct, communication? Go do the about page on my YouTube page. There's my email. thisTruckersLife@gmail.com. Send me a number, messenger, or phone that I have. So they want, talk. Like before, I vlog in the YouTube primarily as do it today. Like that. I just, as for the audience, cool girl adventures. Time no doing good. We might lose the live stream again out of Kansas. So might drop. See you to have. This is food from other crops out here, mostly corn. Because corn goes into a lot of stuff. Animal feed. We make plastic fuels, hulls, and corn goes into a lot of stuff. So it is not too bad. We're getting a little bit hazy up here, up in front. A bit of cloud here. All who's a YouTuber that all know they really have time to think and try to keep the community, watch other creators, and live our lives. Yeah, sorry about that. Middle of nowhere, Kansas, it's going to break up. Cows don't provide too good of a cell signal. But we can only do what we can do. So like I said, about an hour, get up here to Dodge. We're going to be going to a Murphy tractor on the northeast side of Dodge City. Get this bulldozer blade off. Then we're running pretty much due north up to I-80 in Nebraska. And then we're going to head out a little bit west to North Platte, where we'll make the final delivery for our trip. Then we will see where we go from there. We might not be going anywhere for the rest of the weekend. Which I'm not going to complain about. I'll get my laundry done. I'll get a little bit more construction done for some shelving in the truck. Get some video edited because I'm months behind. About that. I'm kind of out of time. I don't know what news. I watch the big overall thing, but I don't really watch the news per se. All right, we are coming into this. Let me see here. Maxville, M-A-C-K-S-V-I-L-L-E, Maxville. I'm going to turn my cruise control on here.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
And your typical farming community. All right, slow down to 55 here. 15th. Limit is 55. Here it's a little bit. Bring it down to 16th gear, 45 miles an hour. Drop 35 here. Speed 14th gear. We could have stayed in 15th, but attain. And we head back up, speed up a little bit more. Now we're pretty much through town. Nashville, C-K-S-V-I-L-L-E, Maxville. Dodge City, 60 miles ahead. Like I said, I prefer the back roads here in Kansas than the highway. The interstate, Kansas is boring. The back road's a little bit nicer. All right, get ourselves back up to 65 miles an hour, 18th gear. So we had a really bad breakfast this morning. A Pepsi, 2 Sonic Coney dogs, and I got me a bag of nacho cheese Doritos, which I'll munch on a little bit. Xbox Clips, how are you doing, sir? All right. And we are on US Highway 50 here in Kansas. Mile marker 180, Maxville. Lordy, 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 lordy. So you got a field that was left fallow this year over to our right. You got a late planting of corn on our left. And it appears there's some dead spots in it from lack of rain, looks like. But that's the way it's farming for you. Kind of have to you know, sometimes you just have to give in to temptation, Missy. You know, I don't get Sonic all that often. I think the last time I had Sonic was well over a year ago in, well, more than, wait, 1 year ago. Almost a year and a half ago in Memphis, Texas. I think that was the last time I actually had Sonic. You know, sometimes you just got to give in to temptation. You know, there's a lot of things worse than a chili dog in the morning. I don't smoke, never have. I don't drink, never have. Never. My one big sin in life is eating. If you call it that. 7 deadly sins. Gluttony is the only one that actually keeps you alive. All the rest of them are injurious to your health, your mental state, or your emotional state. So I eat. That's my vice. It's not a great theory. It's not a great way to really see it, but it's not really hurting anybody else. It doesn't violate my core principles as a person, as a man, as an American, as a Catholic. So, you know, I control myself most of the time, good 99% of the time. I control myself. I don't think a chili dog or two is gonna, you know, send me to the depths of hell for doing so. That'd be a pretty sad way to go, you know. You shed your mortal coil after hopefully a long life. Go up to the gates of heaven, St. Peter standing there. Well, Mr. Robert, let's take a look at it here. Well, you saved the kittens here, and you saved that guy who was in the burning car. You got him out of there. You were kind, you gave to charity. You took care of your friends. But up, here it is. What is this, August the 13th, August the 14th? You had chili dogs for breakfast. You're going to hell. Hey, Casual Girl Adventures, not a problem. Thanks for coming in. I do appreciate it. Just be safe out there, my friend. Belpre. B-E-L-P-R-E. Belpre, Kansas. Waka, 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 as Fozzie the Bear likes to say. We've been down this road one time previously, well over a year ago. So, you know, not too bad of a day so far. You know, we've done 223 miles so far today. 83 degrees, we're averaging about 6.6 miles to the gallon. Virtually no traffic. I tell you, My opinion on all this nonsense with this panic of this super killer disease that's hardly killed anybody, hardly made anybody sick, is mind-numbing. But that's my opinion, and you know, it's not worth anything, I guess. You lost a Sonic, but you gained a KFC. I guess that's about equal exchange, but I don't know. For me, the best thing about Sonic has been the commercials. You know? They're okay. They're not on my top 10 list, but there you go. Whatever. Not exactly the leading an exciting kind of life out here in the country, but I get enough excitement elsewhere, so I can go down the road like this in this type of area and feel perfectly at home. I guess if there's a demand, you know, the KFC franchise owner, if there was a demand for it, they saw it was worth it. There you go. All right, 48 miles to go. Tampa boys. How are you doing? Welcome in. Been a while, it's been a little bit since I've been there. I'm glad you decided you had nothing better to do and be bored by me rambling on, driving through the exciting downtown of Kansas. Let's see what we got up here. Lewis, Kansas. L-E-W-I-S. Lewis, Kansas is where we are, roughly. We are doing A-OK. We're alive. We're healthy. We have somewhat brain power today, so you know we're doing good. B-Blood, my old friend, how you doing, sir? Felsberg, 11 miles to the south. Take this next exit, this next road right here. Farmers out there doing a little plowing over there, looks like. Probably just smoothing out the field. tilling under the grass, maybe. We are headed to Dodge City, Kansas. We're going to a Murphy tractor, which is a John Deere dealer. We're taking a bulldozer blade out there to give to them. Which we are bringing from Pennsylvania. Harmony, Pennsylvania to Dodge City, Kansas. Then also from Harmony, Pennsylvania to North Platte, Nebraska, we're bringing a John Deere 410K backhoe loader. And we're even more in the middle of nowhere than on the regular highway. All right, this is the town of Lewis, L-E-W-I-S, Lewis, Kansas. You're like going through Maxville. This is a farm town. Hay, corn, straw, bit of beans, I think. Alfalfa. According to that sign, they grow alfalfa out here. And not the alfalfa from the Little Rascals. So we kind of just go around the town, such as it were. I don't know, but she ain't around these parts. Lordy. But this is the excitement that we this is the excitement of the job. I mean, if you can't take this kind of fast-paced action as a truck driver, you're making a make it, you know. You have to be able to tolerate this level of adrenaline flow. You know, 24/7 to be a truck driver. And see, you got the bales of hay and straw up here. Bull hauler, tanker, Jeep. See how exciting it is? Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lord. So we got about another 40 minutes of this type of view. Another couple of towns to go through and around. Farm after farm after farm. Yeah, well, we're just about to climb one of the famous Kansas mountains here. So, you know, make sure you pop your eardrums because you're going to go up in elevation almost 25 feet. Man. So 10:57 a.m. Get there about 11:15 roughly. We should be leaving there by noon at the latest. Then we're going to head up to our second delivery. Ashley's Life, how you doing? Apparently a lot of people wish to be bored today. Historical marker, 1 mile. Not that I get to stop or you get a chance to even read it, but so now we are in the hill country. Hey, Tampa Boys Customs, you have a good day. I do appreciate the time you came in. You know, it may not be a lot, but the fact you did, I thank you for that. You spent your valuable time riding along with me. There's not much more you can really ask of somebody. Thank you. We are once again crossing the Arkansas River. At this point, it's pretty stagnant little creek. But still the Arkansas River, so there you go. Speed limit reduced ahead. Oh my goodness, how will I survive? Kinsley, K-I-N-S-L-E-Y, Kinsley, Kansas.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
I'm gonna turn off our cruise control, let her come down in speed without hitting the brakes. Bring her down into 17th gear. 50 miles at the speed limit sign, so cross over Coon Creek. Shift down into 16th. We'll have to come down a little bit more. Speed limit is 30 ahead, so shift down into 14th, or I'm sorry, into 15th gear. Bring the temp speed down to 30 miles an hour. Down to the 14th gear. Like I said, Kinsley, Kansas. Got the old Dollar General, which is open as usual. Route 50 liquor. Sorocho's #2 Thai restaurant. There's the old sheriff there. And we're doing about 25 through town because whenever I go through a small town like this, you never know when somebody's going to be on a horse. Somebody's, dog is running, without a leash, or children are out playing. You never know. So I always take just a little bit more caution than what's required. Massachusetts Avenue. Four Acres RV Park. Go over the railroad tracks here, up and over the bridge. Back into 14th gear. Get up into 15th. Edwards County Historical Museum. Up into 16th gear. Dodge City. Basically 33 miles ahead. 17th gear, 50 miles an hour. Awful. Dodge City, here we come. Miles an hour, get up in 18th gear, hit my cruise control, back up to 65. There we go. Hey Linda, thanks for coming in, I would appreciate it. Talk to you later. Pardon me. Pardon me. Sorry about that. I think I need to find a microphone that has a mute button on it. Yes, sir. Dodge City, Kansas. I'd see Miss Kitty. Go see Haas and Little Joe. Go see Pa and... Yeah, it's been so long since I've seen that, watched that show. I'm getting people's names. right, back into the fields. This is all, I think this is millet. That's what I think this field is. I'm not too sure. I think it's millet they're growing right here. Get over in the slow lane. Just let this bull holler behind me if he wants to pass. Let him gun it and pass. Lordy, Lord. So we got basically half an hour to go. Hey, Casual Grow Adventures, how you doing? Welcome back. Why you want to subject yourself to this? I don't know, but. Yeah, clouds are starting to sock in here. Who knows? We might get a little rain today. I really don't know. And slow momentum. Watched you a little bit this morning there. And of course you were on there bad-mouthing, what was it, Gary P? That guy is always on. Why would you want to go see Dodge City? Why? That's like saying I want to go take a summer break and summer vacation in Detroit. That's pretty sad, B-Blood. Ah, man. I want to go see Dodge City. I want to live in a septic tank. Yay! Why would you want to go there? There ain't nothing there. No. Well, if you want to go see it, knock yourself out, my friend. Like I said, we're about half an hour away from the city. The first delivery of the day. And the faster they are getting me offloaded, from the better off I will feel. And then we will, like I said, we're going to head up to North Platte, get this backhoe loader off. Then more than likely I'm going to be sitting the weekend. More than likely. If I do get a load, I will 85-90% chance. 85-90% chance I got a full day's travel all the way back to Dubuque, Iowa, to the John Deere plant there to pick up something there. 85-90%. Now, I will be closer to Denver. But if the load isn't there in Denver, it feels more profitable to spend a full day deadhead, 700 miles or so all the way back to Dubuque, then that's what we do. Offerly. O-F-F-E-R-L-E. Offerly. How was your day? Offerly. How are you feeling? I'm feeling awfully today. It's awfully nice to meet you. I had an awfully good time. Ah, the way. That may not be the proper way to pronounce the town's name, but I didn't name the town. Nobody's told me the correct pronunciation. So there you go. Well, if I can, I had plans to actually go to Las Vegas for a week off, 4 or 5 days off, for some home time, stay in a nice hotel, eat like a pig, a little bit of gambling, a lot of the shows, the pool, massage, laying around the hotel room, pigging out. But with everybody with the coronavirus, thing on their brain, I ain't gonna be wearing them. I have never wearing a mask. I never will wear a mask. And I'm not gonna pay to stay in a place that requires me to wear a mask. I ain't doing it. So my plans were put on hold for that. Yes, they are awfully large windmills. Well, like I said, Casual Girl, I do not know where I'm going to go. I have no assignment as of yet. When I was still in Pennsylvania, let me rephrase that. When I was still in Michigan, before I got this particular load assignments, 5 of them, I was told more than likely that once I got to Lincoln, Nebraska, after North Platte, before that load was taken off of me, that I would be deadheading back to Dubuque. 85-90% chance. Now that I am not going all the way back over to Lincoln, about 300 miles eastward, I'm stopping in North Platte, the possibility is still roughly the same, that I'm going to deadhead all the way back to the east side of Iowa. The possibility is still there, still very high, of doing that, but there's a slightly greater possibility of heading to Denver, and wherever that load would go, I don't know. I have nothing assigned to me right now. Nobody's talked to me, sent me a message, an email, a communication, a carrier pigeon, or psychic bozo rays, bouncing off the full moon, getting into my brain. I don't know where I'm going, so. Now, I've spent about well over a month east of the Mississippi, so, this is the first time, like I said, over a month, I'm getting back east or west of the Mississippi River. Now, whether or not I stay out west, head to California or Washington, or head back down to Florida or up to Maine, I don't know. I don't know. And I rarely do. That's because I'm a company driver. I'm not looking at the boards, the load boards. I'm not looking at the contracts the company has. I'm not the one making those decisions on where I go. is pretty good at this company, but it's not absolute. So, you know, I don't get to choose where I want to go, what I want to do, when, where, why, how, who, and sometimes why. All right, Bellefonte, Kansas, downtown area. You just missed it. You blinked. There we go. I think I'm gonna turn my headlights on here. Turn my marker lights, turn my chicken lights on. It is definitely getting foggy again. BRB. Bring Robert bacon. I'd be happy if you brought me some bacon, B-Blood. My name is Robert. You just said BRB. Bring Robert bacon. I got guys moving combines. We're gonna get out of their way. Give them much room. Driving heavy haul. Wide. I want people to that same. I like that. BRB, bring Robert bacon. I would never argue with anybody bringing me some bacon. I appreciate it. And Josh Warmke, Pete Dog 389. How you doing, sir? My 257.1 miles so far today. It is approximately 77 degrees. We are still doing 6.6 miles to the gallon here on US 50, US 56. We just passed by Bellefonte, Kansas. Heading to Dodge City in about 18 miles. Dodge City, Kansas. Make our first delivery, then we get up to North Platte to make our second. Next town we get to is going to be the city. Well, actually, you know, this little town right up here, right on my left, grouping of trees and houses, Spearville, S-P-E-A-R-V-E, Spearville. And then next after Spearville pretty much is Dodge City. 16 miles. So we will get into we're going to be on the northeast corner at the Murphy Tractor. restaurant. Home of windmills and Royal Lancers. A little Don Quixote reference there for you. We're going to get to 280 here. The 80 Alaska. Oh goody, we get dirty. All right. I don't know which is worst, wet dirty trucker or wet dirty dog. But doesn't really matter. No one beside me. Snap nabbit. Walmart. I forgot to do that. Because the I bought it a little over about 3.5 years ago. Almost 3.5 years ago. Fall apart. But there you go. Buildings. This is Kansas, son. We ain't got no fancy city stuff like buildings. We got houses, we got silos, we got grain bins, we have stockyards. Whoa, Lordy, man. And like I said, when we leave here, we're going to head up the road almost due north up to I-80. We'll westbound, heading out towards Wyoming, where we will stop in North Platte. Murphy tractor out. Ourselves parked for the evening, likely. We may be driving, or I just camp here for the Flying J Highway 56 West, White Boulevard. And we've stopped at that Flying J before. Not a fantastic store, a little bit outdated. Needs a bit of spruce me ups. But if you need to stop, you need to get your fuel, there you go. So 265.3 miles so far today. Temperature has gone back down to 76. horizon, my friend. Only off on the horizon. So a few more miles, another 10 miles at the most. And we'll be stopping here at Dodge corner thereof. I said we got basically 4 straps that are holding down the bulldozer blade. We got a couple of edge protectors, a couple of rubber mats. We got to take off, roll up, put away. I have a strap for the bucket on the backhoe, the bucket arm, holding that down, so I got to remove that and reattach it. It looks like somebody's been a bad boy up here. Somebody was being a bad boy and got themselves pulled over. Let's slow down a little bit. We're going to get this guy able to as far as they can. Just a little bit extra bit of safety there for everybody. Allows the car to pass, get as far away from that police officer as possible. Safety first, please. And doing safety for a reason, not just because. You don't put your arm in a cast because you may break your arm. You don't wear a mask because you may catch a cold. You don't pull off the road just because a police may be there. This is an identifiable, issue on the road. Give this guy a little heads up there, so he knows to be watching out. Co-op fertilizer bulk blend plant. And there's the grain elevators here, for whatever they're growing in this particular area. Container man. I'm sorry. Confrontational nonconformist. My kind of attitude. I like that. I guess you did. You just won the $24 prize. But you won the prize. There you go. All right. City right ahead of us. Back up speed here. Awesome. Know about